Coming up on the Sports Desk, it was a game for the ages in the CIF Open Division semifinals. The overtime period was so nice, Bishop Montgomery and Sierra Canyon played it twice. And speaking of CIF, the West High girls hoop team were trying to punch their ticket to the finals. The South High boys soccer team needed 2 overtimes in their CIF playoff thriller against Riverside. Plus, we'll check in with the 12th annual Zamperini Invitational for track and field. We'll have all this and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome, everyone, to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. We are The Desk. Thank you so much for stopping by. And don't forget to hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share your videos and photos, and by all means, give us some ideas for future stories. Do you know a local athlete or coach that should be featured on our show? If so, please let us know, and we'll be sure to feature that person on an upcoming episode. It was being billed as the grudge match of the century, and it certainly lived up to its billing and then some. 2 of the top teams in the state and country, for that matter, clashed again, this time in the Southern Section Open Division semifinals. It was the top-seeded Knights of Bishop Montgomery taking on 5th-seeded Sierra Canyon, and let's not forget the first time these teams met, the Knights didn't have 3 of their starters, and they beat Sierra Canyon at Cerritos College by just 3 points. And now, with the Knights healthy, it's time for the much-anticipated rematch taking place at Cal Baptist University in Riverside. The Bishop Montgomery student section made the trek. These guys are everywhere. Sierra Canyon is known for its popular parents. That's Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen eating a pretzel courtside, and he's watching his son, Scottie Pippen Jr., who gets the steal right here. Goes in for the layup, misses, but Cassius Stanley is there to flush it home. Trailblazers up 7. And it would get worse for Bishop. Stanley is back again, finishing the alley-oop in style. 2 of his 18. Sierra led by 12 at the half. Second half, different story. Here come the Knights. Coach Mitchell is fired up. Bishop takes the lead in the third quarter. David Singleton now, the outlet to Gianni Hunt. Knights lead 43-40 after 3. End of the fourth quarter now. Bishop down 1 with 17 seconds left. Oscar Lopez to Josh Vasquez for 3. Knights up 59-57. Lopez was fouled with 4 seconds left. Made 1 of 2 free throws. 60-57 Knights now, but then at the buzzer, watch this, Dwayne Washington Jr. for 3. We're headed to OT, tied at 60. In OT, Gianni Hunt drives, goes glass, 2 of his game-high 26. Bishop leads 68-65. Wouldn't last. Former NBA All-Star Kenyon Martin watching his son, Kenyon Martin Jr., who ties the game at 71 with his lay-in, and we're going to a second overtime. Gianni Hunt nails this 3 to make it 74-71 Bishop, but final seconds, Sierra Canyon up 1. Bishop looking to foul. Dwayne Washington Jr. takes it to the 10. David Singleton, a last-second heave at the buzzer. Sierra Canyon ends Bishop's 41-game win streak. They win 77-74.
We had 2 fouls to give, and we were supposed to foul. There's only 4 seconds. Foul once, foul twice, and they go down to 2 seconds. Then we can set our defense. But we didn't execute. Way too many turnovers in the first half, which you turn over against them, they're gonna get in the open court and they're gonna make a play.
We all know we can score the ball. Like, we want to put points on the board. So, like, if we just lock in on defense, it's going to trouble them and try to get them out of their game. So, yeah, I think that's what really made the difference in the game today.
Well, the first time we lost them, a lot of people doubted us and just counted us out for the state championship or CIF. And I feel like we'd have to come together and just get this win.
Up next for the Knights, they'll host second-seeded Etiwanda in the consolation round. Okay, as for the West High girls basketball team, it was a similar scenario. They also had a rematch with a familiar foe in the CIF playoffs. Now, earlier this season, the Warriors edged Long Beach Poly by just 3 points at the Battle of the Beach. And recently, the Warriors played host to the Jackrabbits in the Division I quarterfinals. Another rematch, another grudge match. Terrence Davis has more.
The normally high-scoring West Warriors found themselves locked in a defensive battle against Long Beach Poly as these two evenly matched teams fought tooth and nail for their playoff lives. Late in the first quarter, Warriors down 2, Anaya James drives baseline and drills the floater to tie the game at 4. Second quarter action. Katie Timmerman misses the pull-up jumper at the elbow, but Haley Jones snags the rebound, finishes off the glass, and draws the foul. Warriors go up 4 after the free throw. Minutes later, James misses the straightaway 3. Jamie Tamita flies in for the offensive board, kicks it back out to James, who finds Timmerman cutting baseline for the easy layup. Warriors up 7 at the break. Late in the third quarter, Long Beach Poly down 2. Kalea Buggs in transition, drives and lays it in off the glass, and the Jackrabbits tie the game. Moments later, Poly with possession when Tamita steals the ball from Kennedy Short, takes it the other way, and swishes the elbow jumper. Warriors take a 4-point lead. Early in the fourth, Kira Hernando drives and feeds Haley Jones inside. Jones misses the layup but puts back her own miss and draws the foul. The Warriors hold on to beat Long Beach Poly 36-32. After the game, I chatted with a few of these Warriors about their impressive performance on the defensive end.
We played the full 32 minutes, didn't take any time off. We were up in their grill, the guards, the post. It was a collective effort, and I'm so glad we got the victory. It feels great.
Main thing was lock them down on defense, don't let them get any offensive boards. That's what they're best at, and then just shots will fall on offense, we'll get our stuff done there.
I felt like there was a lid on that basket for the first couple minutes, but once we got it going, at least some of our shots fell. Hopefully later on we'll start shooting a little bit better, but I felt like we always pride ourselves on our defense, so that's what won us for us tonight.
The Warriors pushed their win streak to 15 games as they advance to the next round of the CIF playoffs. Reporting from West High School, I'm Terrence Davis with the Sports Desk.
Terrence, thanks. Following that victory, the Warriors travel to Los Alamitos High School to battle the Griffins in the semifinal round. The winner earns a trip to the Southern Section title game. This video submitted by one of our viewers, and we thank you for that. First quarter, close game. West up 5, shot clock winding down. Watch Anaya James. No one to pass to. She spins and fires. Well, why not? 2 of her 7 points on the night. Warriors up 7. They would lead 22-16 at the half. Third quarter, Haley Jones to Katie Timmerman. She nails the triple. Timmerman finished with 11 points. West leads 29-21. Minutes later, Haley Jones on the block, calling for the rock. She spins, fires. That's just Jones simply being Jones. Haley dropped a game-high 22. She also added 14 boards. West led by 9 after 3. Fourth quarter now, Lanny Lum getting fancy with the pumpkin. And she drives, scoops the dipsy-do. Warriors kept the foot on the gas and never relinquished their lead. They won it by the final of 48-40. So it's official. The Warriors will play Chaminade for the Southern Section title. That game will take place on March 3rd at Azusa Pacific University. Now in the open division, the Knights of Bishop Montgomery rocked the Fighting Frogs of Ribbit Academy. And as always, Kayla Padilla was straight fire. Kay Smooth dropped 33 points in the win. Up next for the Knights, another meeting with Sarah High School, this time at home. Okay, to college hoops now, where the El Camino women were trying to win their first playoff game since 2015. The Warriors entertained West Los Angeles in the first round of the California Community College Athletic Association playoffs. That's a mouthful. Cedric Welton was there, and he wasn't wearing a bib, but he was certainly talking about one.
A low-scoring first half set the tempo for this game to be a close finish. It's the playoffs and it's win or go home, and the Lady Warriors weren't ready to call it a season. We start in the second half. Check out this no-look pass from Now Shielder to Kayla Bibb for 2 points. McKenna Pennywater finds Bibb with 5 seconds left on the clock, bobbles the pass, but hits the fadeaway at the buzzer. Warriors up 2. Warriors leading in the third. Now Shielder going 1-on-4 with the mid-range jumper. Hunter Noah finds Amiette Ningafa, loses the pass, then loses defenders. Up and under for 2. Warriors win by 12. A 17-point third quarter gave the Lady Warriors enough distance on West LA. I got to speak with Coach Shaw, McKenna Pennywater, and Kayla Bibb and get their post-game reflection.
I think my team played very well. We played together. We just wanted to play hard and win. This is our last time in this gym, so we're just want to win.
I felt like I let my team down the first game I played against West LA, so I felt like I knew I had something to show them. I knew that I can bring a lot to this team, and I know I can bring a lot to this game, so I wanted to show that I can play ECC basketball.
It's playoffs, and if you win, you're happy, right? Surviving and move on, right? That's the way it goes. So the first thing is just to be able to get a win in the playoffs against a really good basketball team. I just feel really fortunate and relieved.
The Lady Warriors will move to the next round after defeating West LA 62-50, with Caleb Bibb leading the charge at 26 points and 22 rebounds. Reporting from El Camino College, I'm Cedric Weldon for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. Next up for the Warriors, they will travel to Mount San Jacinto College on Saturday night. 7 p.m. is your tip-off. All right, the playoffs continue in high school soccer. The South High boys team, also known as the Cardiac Kids, are entertaining Riverside Poly in the CIF Division II quarterfinals. It's pretty safe to say the Spartans have a flair for the dramatic, winning many of their games in thrilling comeback fashion. Food for thought as you watch these highlights. Good crowd on hand for this one. Fans supporting their Spartans on a chilly afternoon. Let's move to the game's 37th minute. A scary collision in the box between South High's Daniel Yu and Riverside goalkeeper Vince Rivas. You would be okay, though. He's a soccer player. That would set up this. It's a penalty kick for senior Jack Prentice, and he punches the right corner of the twine, and the Spartans would take a 1-0 lead into the half. Crowd getting jacked up. 42nd minute now of the second half. Riverside's Ivan Cano, fancy dribbling. He passes, gets it back, and then squeaks it through some traffic into the left corner of the net, and now we're all tied up at 1, which means we're playing a game of Uno. And that would be the score at the end of regulation, and we would need overtime. In overtime, it's Ivan Cano again getting crazy with the cheese whiz. He tries to score, but South goalkeeper Cole Koosh comes up with a save. We're still tied at 1. Minutes later, Deshaun Mendel trying to score. Another sick save from Koosh. The look on Deshaun's face says it all. The Kooshinator was a brick wall and net, and because of his play, we would need a second overtime in this one. Now, the final minute of the second 10-minute overtime period, Mason Briggs, corner kick. Brett Krause, top shelf, where Mama dusts the knickknacks. Game over. The Spartans advance to the semifinals with a 2-1 overtime victory against Poly Riverside, according to Brett Krause. Sometimes you just have to relax and play with confidence.
We didn't really have any pressure just because, last game we won in PKs, so, we were pretty confident that we could do it, so we just tried our best.
Dramatic fashion there at the end. I mean, all these games are tight. Everything we've been in has been like this in CIF. So proud of them, grind through and find a way to win it. So on to the next one.
And the next one will be a home game in the semifinals against Sunny Hills. Okay, to girls soccer now. The West High Warriors were also playing in the quarterfinal round. The Warriors, they were playing host to Flint Ridge Prep in Division III. First half, we got ourselves a penalty situation here. McKenna Dominguez capitalizes for Flint Ridge. She puts the Rebels up 1-0. Just minutes later, we counted Julia Gonzalez on the breakaway, and just like that, it's 2-0 Rebels. Still first half, West junior forward Julia Casillo. She's seen enough. She tries to tickle the twine in the back of the net there, but Lindsay Uteda, nice save. Rebels still up 2-0. This time, Jessica Goucher sets up Kaylee Slivkov right there. She turns and fires, but Uteda swats it away. Rebels would take a 3-0 lead into the second half, and they're looking for more. Helen Schaefer tries to add another, but West High Sam Bustos is there for the save. West would go on to lose by the final of 3-0. Afterwards, Sam Bustos and Coach Youngdale shared some words.
Everyone was such a joy to be around, and it was so fun to play with the seniors, and I'm going to miss them next year, so sorry that they ended here.
At the end of the day, nothing but positive things to say. Super proud of this team. I think they made it a lot further than any of them or any of us expected. And just, super proud of the way they grinded out. Obviously a tough one today.
And you can't talk about the high school playoffs without mentioning Tony DaCosta. Dude has been in straight beast mode this season. The Torrance High senior is headed back to the CIF State Wrestling Championships. DaCosta, who is ranked 4th in the state in the heavyweight division, finished in first place at the Southern Section Masters Meet. The state tournament will take place March 2nd and 3rd in Bakersfield. Good luck to Tony. You the man. All right. We're going to take a quick time out here on the Sports Desk. Why? Because we have to. But whatever you do, don't you dare go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. Coming up next, the Spartans baseball team is back on the high school diamond. Plus, the El Camino softball team just keeps winning. These ladies are good. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to get involved. All right, the high school baseball season is officially underway. That's right, 'tis the season to throw the bender. Gotta love it. The Spartans of South High opened their season recently. South entertained Peninsula High School. Danny Miskell was there, and she's going to drop the 4-1-1 on us.
It's goose eggs on the board, and we're at the bottom of the fifth. Ryan Wilmoth goes to bunt, and Josh Scheck steals second. And he does it again to steal third. Wilmoth smacks it down to center field, and Scheck comes home to get the first run of the game. It's a nice little bragging right among some old friends.
They're a tough competitor. Like we've grown up playing with most of them, so it was kind of cool to play with guys that we've known for a while. Ed did well. He was throwing a lot of first pitch strikes, which we were kind of getting behind on. And that's what kind of was causing our slow run production at the beginning of the game, but it all worked out in the end.
The Peninsula Panthers jump back immediately with this RBI double, and that ties the game up at 1. Top of the 7th, reliever Ryan Lee is in a bases-loaded jam with 2 outs and a runner on second base. But even with the pressure on, Lee came through with this crucial strikeout.
I felt Ryan was locked in. I mean, he's had a really great last 3 weeks where he's been able to repeat a lot of his pitches, and his stuff looked real good. I had confidence in him and said, go get him.
I was kind of nervous, but I just wanted to back up my boy Ish. I felt great. I was just trying to throw strikes and then get back in the dugout, and fortunately Jacob was able to come clutch and drive in the winning run.
That winning run came right here where Jacob McNally barrels it up and sends it through the middle. Scheck's rounding out the bases, and he barely beats the throw. The game ends instantly, and the Spartans take this W over the Panthers 2-1.
It was super sick. The ground ball went up the middle, and then I was hoping my coach was going to be waving me through, and then he did, and it wasn't even a close play, and it was really cool to even go out and dogpile on McNally too.
And Jake bought into that approach right there with two strikes, 2 outs, just get up off that knob and stay back and try and punch the ball up the middle, and he did just that. So yeah, it was nice to see him clutch up and listen to what we were talking about and doing it.
This was an exciting game for the Spartans because they have officially taken their first W to kick off the season. Reporting from Spartan Field, I'm Danny Miskell for the Sports Desk.
Danny, thanks to college baseball now. In a recent game with Santa Barbara, El Camino trailed 10-1 heading into the 7th inning, and then simply went off, scoring 9 runs in the 7th to tie the game. Warriors scored 4 more times in the 8th to win the game by the final of 14-10. Now, before that game, Elko hosted the aforementioned Santa Barbara at Warrior Field. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Warriors already up 2-0. Santa Barbara starter Jaden Metz delivers to Spencer Long. He singles to right field. Jose Ruiz Jr. would score on the play. It's now 3-0 Warriors. And that was all she wrote for starter Jaden Metz. Cody Whistler, he's on third for Elko. Stephen Elliott on the hill now for SB. And Diego Alarcon with a chopper. Nice stab by Shane Hirsch at second. Alarcon runs it out, beats the throw. Whistler scores easily from third. Elko is up 4-0. And it would stay that way until the top of the 6th. Daniel Alvarez on the bump for Elko. Jake Holton at the dish. And he's going Michael Jackson off the wall. That's a 2-bagger in any language. It's also a 2-run double if you're scoring at home. And SB is finally on the board, trailing 4-2 now. And SB comes back to win this puppy by the final of 6-5. Alvarez went 7 innings for Elko, allowing 3 runs, 2 earned on 6 hits. He also struck out 9 en route to a no decision. The Elko softball team is certainly in the zone right now. The Warriors haven't lost a game since the day before Valentine's Day. The team's slugging percentage and on-base percentage are hovering around .500 right now. The Warriors hosted Fullerton and Canyons recently. Danny Miskell was there for the game against Canyons, and she files this report.
Thanks, AJ. This game just ended at the bottom of the 5th inning. Elko scored 3 more runs, capping off this final score 9-1. And Diamond Lewis was largely responsible for establishing the lead, knocking in 3 runs at the bottom of the 2nd inning. And pitcher Maisie Weisoff, she had great command of her pitches in today's game, leading the Warriors in great defense. Annie Adamo bunts at the plate. Canyon gets her out at first and tries to go for the double, but they overshoot it to third, giving Diamond Lewis the opening, and she ties it up at 1. Lewis breaks that tie here in the bottom of the 2nd. She pops it out to center field and knocks in Carla Calderon and Alina Della Torre. Following up those RBIs is Ashley Machado with this fake bunt. Canyon throws it past third base, and Jasmine Krausen gets the run on the throwing error. Warriors lead 5-1. That count goes up in the bottom of the 5th as the Warriors score 4 more runs and ends this game 9-1. Maisie Weisoff dominated, allowing only 1 run on 3 hits in 5 innings pitched. Prior to this game, the Warriors defeated Fullerton by the final of 3-2. With this win over the Cougars, the Warriors are now on a 6-game winning streak. A W against Fullerton and a W against Canyon. Well, it's needless to say, the Warrior girls were unstoppable today. Reporting from El Camino Softball Field, I'm Danny Miskell for the Sports Desk.
And this is Elko hosting LA Harbor. Warriors put 6 runs in the 2nd inning to break this thing wide open. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Annie Adamos is on first base. Elena De La Torre is at the dish, and watch Adamos, she's off to the races. Annie steals second, and that set up this. De La Torre smashes a rib single up the gut. Adamos scores from second. It's now 7-0 Warriors. Same inning, 2 on for Helena Gallardo. She smacks this pitch into right field, and her single scores the walk-off run rule victory over LA Harbor in 5 innings. Warriors win 8-0. Elko starter Clarissa Chiquete, she gets the complete game shutout victory, scattering 5 hits and striking out 3. After the game, Clarissa and her teammates discuss their 2nd straight conference victory.
I think my team does great on having my back. And now while they're batting and they get runs on the board, I'm able to pitch. And if I mess up, it's okay because I'm still up on the – we're still good.
I felt really confident just because I know that even if the results weren't as I anticipated, I knew that the girl behind me would help me out after. But I felt confident because I was seeing the ball really well today.
We have a lot of talent on our team, and that's so exciting to see. Top to bottom, everyone deserves to be on that field, so it's awesome. It's an awesome team we have this year.
Changing gears now, how about some high school tennis? The North High boys team opened their season recently. The Saxons entertained Long Beach Poly. Danielle Alvari has more.
It was a shaky season opener for the North Saxons, who faced Long Beach Poly on a windy Wednesday afternoon.
Overall, it's pretty much what I expect. This team is always pretty tough to play against, so it's a good team to have on our schedule.
The Saxons especially struggled in doubles play, winning only 1 set.
The match went pretty rough, I'm not going to lie. I could have played a lot better today personally. My partner played very well.
Moving forward, the doubles will work to develop more cohesion in their pairings.
I think as partners that we'll get bonded a lot closer together, which would mean that I can learn some of his strengths and his weaknesses so we can both balance out. And then as partners, we will have better chemistry in order to get more shots in and win more games.
Although several of the Saxons struggled in their first match of the season, head coach Condiv said that the players to watch this season are freshman Alan Tanaka and senior James Phillips.
It was a pretty rough time against the number 1 today. I mean, first part, I was playing some good tennis. Second part, I forgot I was holding a tennis racket. I thought I had a baseball bat.
Phillips won 2 of his 3 sets, and after the match, set a substantial goal for the rest of his season.
Honestly, for me, I don't want to drop another set.
Phillips wasn't the only player to drop a set to Poly's Darren Hall. Freshman Alan Tanaka also lost that matchup. But in Tanaka's case, it was his first high school match ever.
He's played a lot of tournaments, and this isn't a tournament, so he was a little gun shy, I think, from having all the people nearby watching. He's not used to that.
Tanaka won his other 2 sets with ease, and with a freshman performing so well so early in the season, Coach Condiff already has high hopes for playoffs.
It's going to usually come down to us and Torrance for the 3rd playoff spot. South and West are usually our best teams in our league, so hopefully we'll be able to knock off Torrance and get that 3rd spot.
This match was just the start of the Saxons' pursuit for playoffs. Reporting from North High School, Danielle Alvari for the Sports Desk.
Danielle, muchas gracias. All right, we're going to take another quick time out here on the Sports Desk. Don't move a muscle, though. Still to come, we've got track and field from Zamperini Stadium, and we'll hit the beach with the Tartars surf team. Stay with us.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back. The high school track and field season is also underway, and it started, as always, with a bang. Zamperini Stadium served as the backdrop for the season opener, and that's where Cedric Welton picks up our story.
It's track and field season, and we're here at the 12th annual Louis Zamperini Invitational, showcasing some of Southern California's best young athletes.
This is the first official day that we can compete in CIF. Today is the first official day, February 24th. And they just love to compete. That's the whole idea. It's just competition. It's just friendly competition. So I'm always excited to watch a teenager get better on the track, because that helps them, motivates them, and it gives them something to shoot for and they have goals for.
More than a dozen schools are in attendance Saturday morning to kick off the season, including my old stomping grounds, Carson High, whose girls won the 8x200 meter relay. I spoke with Coach Andy and the team about the race.
During the race, I was very frustrated because I wasn't sure, because we just come from jumps and we really wasn't we was ready, but we wasn't mindset ready. And I feel like our whole team did well, and throughout the run, we all gave our effort and we all did good.
So the beginning of the race, we were all frantic. We were pretty scared. We were like, how are we going to do? Well, I guess that's a normal thing. Everyone else does that in track. But while we were running, we all did good. We all tried our best. And I feel like that's the most important thing, as long as everyone tried their hardest, and we ended up winning.
And that's the reason I love this relay team, is because we all, from Denise to hurdler, jumpers, sprinters, and we all got together and created a wonderful team atmosphere where we win as a team. Like we said, no matter what happens, we win as a team. We lose as a team, we win as a team, we train as a team, we work out as a team, and that's what's important, because if you don't learn how to become a team, nothing else matters. If you can win and lose as a team, then you can be successful as a team and successful in life.
We had some personal bests on Saturday as well. The field event saw Bishop Montgomery's Jordan Bayless nail 6'4" in the high jump, and Carson's David Anuku reached 19.6 in the long jump. And that was after North Torrance's Christian Moreno took first place in the 5,000 meter race with the time of 17 minutes and 50 seconds.
When I started, I was kind of nervous. My shoes weren't right, so I had to switch my shoes. From the first jump at 6 feet, I cleared it, and it raised my confidence a lot. And then cleared 6'2", and then 6'4", almost cleared 6'6". I slipped, but I think I could have got it. I'm gonna come back for it.
So it was the last jump I had. So I was just like, I got to do good. Went out there, did my thing.
The first mile and a half was kind of slow, so I decided to wait. And then on the last 3 laps, I decided to pick up the pace and then just take off and leave him behind. So coming into this invitational, the mileage was good, the training was good, and I felt like I had a really good race because Coach Lee, he trains us the right way, knows what he's doing.
As you heard Coach Irvine say, it's all about the spirit of competition, and it's alive and well. Reporting from Louis Zamperini Stadium, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Now, there's actually an interesting history behind the Louis Zamperini Invitational, and as Cedric found out, it's grown by leaps and bounds over the years.
a tradition that has been around the South Bay for more than a decade. Since 2001, the Zamperini Invitational has unified schools from all over, provided healthy competition, and given back to the city of Torrance.
This meet is in its 12th year. Originally it was started back in 2001 as a small 4 Torrance school meet, but it's expanded to 20 schools here today, and it's in honor of Mr. Zamperini, Louis Zamperini, who, in my opinion, is, if teenagers want a role model and don't have a dad, he'd be the perfect role model.
Reporting from Louis Zamperini Stadium, I'm Cedric Welton for the Sports Desk.
Cedric, thanks. It was the last comp of the season for the Torrance High School surf team. The Tartars were playing host to Peninsula High School from the Premier League. Off to Torrance Beach we go on what was a very chilly morning. And that certainly affected the Tartars' final comp of the season. The cold and windy conditions created sloppy, blown out 3 to 5 foot surf. Surfers struggled to get past the break zone to the lineup as the wind chill and bad waves bore them down. The Panthers of Peninsula overcame the challenging conditions to win 6 out of 7 heats. Now the silver lining for the Tartars was Brian Brainerd capturing first place in Heat 6, which was the men's shortboard. Although they lost by the final of 92-26, the Tartars were in good spirits after their comp.
There's no shape at all, it's super choppy, but it was super fun getting out there. I mean, it was nice getting in the water again.
I was going to give up, and then I was like, it's not worth it, I'm here, might as well just go the 15 minutes.
It was a rough day. Not a lot of waves caught, very low score in total, but it was a bonding day. Everyone was shivering together and huddling together and commenting on like, oh my God, there's a contest today, this is pretty crazy. It really brought us together. We have a lot of great kids, a lot of seniors, a lot of kids that were with me all 4 years. 4 years of surfing with the same kids has been really meaningful and bonding. And they're going to be gone this year. It's going to be bittersweet,
Senior Ken's done a great job with this surf team, just bringing it back, and I think the kids really like it. Hope to see it keep going, and get more and more people involved.
It's still really new compared to everyone, and Senior Ken's doing a great job of keeping it together and getting more people on.
At first they're a little timid, a lot of us were brand new with surf competitions and what to do. Pretty soon they started understanding how to play out there to win, how to compete against other kids, position themselves, choose waves, be patient, know when you've definitely got to get some and when you should wait for a better set.
I think my outlook when I was a freshman, I didn't really take it seriously. I was just kind of having fun with it, and it ended up working really well. And I just kind of want to do the same thing this season and next season with the new comps and everything. I just kind of want to have that same mentality.
They remember what it was like when they're first starting out, so they're giving kids advice, and kids listen to kids a lot more than they will their coach a lot of times.
I learned a lot, and I'm planning on doing it all 4 years of my high school, and then continue doing it the rest of my life after that too. I think I really found something that's fun.
It was cold that morning. Those guys are troopers. All right, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again next week. I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And remember, you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.